Hi beautiful, welcome to a new video and thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, huge welcome to you. I hope that you're going to stick around and subscribe to join our community and get more videos on how you can create a beautiful life from the inside out. Today's video topic has been a huge request, not only on YouTube but on Instagram as well. You guys wanted me to show you not only how I apply false lashes and like the whole process, but how to get them to stick. I'm going to show you all my tips and tricks and I really hope you're going to enjoy this video. Leave me a comment below letting me know what you think of this and what else you'd like to see on my channel. You know I always listen to you guys. So that's it, let's get started and I hope you'll have fun. Alright my friends, so I have the full face on, I have the eyes, and the next step before I apply the blush, the highlight, and the lipstick is to do the lashes. And that is what I'm going to show you today. My personal favorites are the Ꭿℒℰ lashes. I know that they're pretty expensive, but I get anywhere between 17 to 20 uses out of each pair. So on the long run, you actually do get your money's worth as opposed to a cheap pair that you get for $2 or $3 and then you have to toss it. Today I'm going to use Scarlett number 8. It's one of my favorites, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove the lash from its container. Here's what the lash looks like. And the way I like to remove it is with tweezers. When it comes to peeling them off, I always start from the outer edges. So I never peel it from here, I peel it from here. Let me sit like this so I can show you. I'm grabbing it very carefully, holding the packaging down. And there's the first lash. Same thing from the outer. Let me just grab it first. Well, see, just like that. Ta-da! Next step is to actually fit it and then cut it to the appropriate eye size, because not all eyes are the same sizes. Lashes will typically come wider, and then it's just your responsibility to figure out how big it is compared to your natural eye and then just cut the ends of it. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you're looking for a lash that is really on the more affordable side, from my experience, I've seen that House of Lashes is actually a really good deal. They're far cheaper and they do stick very well. But nothing sticks like my Ꭿℰ lashes, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so first I'm just going to bend the lash a little bit. I'm grabbing the ends and pushing them downward like so, just to kind of make it a little bit more flexible since it's been in the box, and God knows how long it's been in the box, then it can stiffen up a little bit. So now I'm going to grab the same tweezers. I'm using the Tweezer Man, I think these are. Actually, it doesn't even say on it. It might be just like a totally cheap pair that doesn't even have a brand name. So I'm using the same tweezers. One rule of thumb that I have with lashes, I always grab it like this, and the higher point, see how it's at an angle like that? The way I'm holding it is that this higher point is going to be toward the outer part of the lash, while the lower tip is going to be toward the inner lash. Does that make sense? So I'm going to grab the lash just kind of in the middle like that, and I'm going to first apply it on my eye to see how the measurements are. So I'm putting it on. It's definitely a little on the bigger side. I feel like I need to trim just a little bit right here at the ends. You want to make sure that this inner corner of the lash lines up perfectly to where your inner lashes start, basically. You don't want it too far inward or too far outward. So I just grab it. And then I grab my, I think I got these from the drug, yeah, I got them from the drugstore. They're Revlon tweezers. I'm holding the lash and I'm going to trim just a little bit. I don't want to get rid of this whole end side, this whole fluffy side, but I do want to cut just a little bit from it. And there it is. My advice is to always trim little by little, because if you decide that you want to go crazy with the scissors and you trim too much, then shit, you just fucked up your lash. Okay, so I'm going to give it one more quick test. And mind you, you don't have to do this every time. This is just with the first time you're wearing a pair. I feel like I have two left hands today. Of course, the day I need to film. Much better. Perfect. Now it's time to do the right lash. I never immediately cut the same way I did the first one, because one side of our body typically tends to be bigger than the other. So if I cut it and it turns out it's too short, then shit again. This looks like I may not need to cut it, so let me just do like a little test with both. Yeah, see, I actually don't need to cut this one. My right side is always bigger than my left. Okay, the next step in the process is to curl your real lashes. Now, I see a lot of girls just taking the eyelash curler and immediately applying. I almost like totally ripped one of my lashes. I felt it, I grabbed it, I'm like, Anywho, so rather than just straight grabbing your eyelash curler and going straight into curling, why not heat up this curler a little bit? I mean, when you try to curl your hair, do you just take the cold iron and just start doing this? It's not really going to stick. So in my mind, the same principle applies to the eyelash curler. Now, of course, you don't want to make it too hot, and this is where practice is actually going to help you. I typically just hold the blow dryer to it for 2 seconds. That is it. And then that heat is really going to help the eyelashes get more molded, if that makes sense. So I'm going to grab it, open it, and then put the blow dryer in it for 2 seconds. And then I'm going to go in and curl. And definitely feel the heat. And just hold it here for about 5 seconds. Third step is to add a very thin coat of mascara on your top lashes. I'm using the Julep Length Matters Buildable Lengthening Mascara. Next, I'm going to take the eyelash. I'm going to apply a very thin layer of glue right on the strip. I'm going to attach it to the eyelid and then quickly remove it. Then I'm going to apply a second round of glue in the same spot, give it about 30 seconds to get tacky, and then apply it again. I find that this is really the trick to making your eyelashes stick, because you attach kind of glue on top of glue as opposed to just eyeshadow, like attaching it straight onto your eyelid. Every time I apply the glue, I always make sure that I get glue right here, right at the edges. Those are the ones I have a tendency to lift, which is so damn annoying. Now I'm grabbing the tweezers and I'm doing the same exact concept I showed you earlier. The higher top will be toward the outer lash while the lower top will be toward the inner corner of the eye. I'm going to grab it from the half here, but a little bit more toward the end, if that makes sense, because I always like to apply it from the outer ends and then toward the inner ends. Let me zoom in so you can see, and here we go. I like to hold it here for about 3 seconds, and then I'm gonna keep moving up the lash and gluing the rest. So you see what I did? I applied it the way I would apply it normally, but then I lifted it immediately. So there's going to be a little bit of glue residue on my eyelid. And now I'm going to very quickly apply more glue, even a little bit more generously. You want to give it about 20 seconds because the moment the glue gets tacky, the odds are that it will stick better as opposed to it being too liquid form and then having a tendency to lift. I hold it here for about 3 seconds and then I'm moving toward the inner eye. And holding it here for about 5 seconds. If you get any glue a little bit on your eyelid, don't worry about it. You can use a Q-tip after the glue has dried, remove it, and then you can cover it up with whatever eyeshadow you used before. So now that they are attached, I'm going to make sure that the ends of my tweezers don't have any glue on them so they don't stick to each other. And I'm going to press the falsie against my natural lash. This way there's this push and compression happening. And I'm going to hold each position for a couple of seconds. First I'm compressing, and then I'm pushing. Compressing, pushing. Anytime I get glue on the tweezers, I remove it real quickly. Compress and push. Sounds like an aerobics class. Compress. And push and hold here for a few more seconds. And your lashes are now glued on, baby. While this glue dries up, and before I apply a second coat of mascara, let's do the other eye. I feel the sunshine with you. Compress and push. Next up, I'm going to grab a Q-tip and I'm going to remove any visible glue that is on my eyelid. It will come off, see that? Super easily. This is a trick that you should always do with your glue as well as your mascara. Don't rub it off immediately if you did a mistake, because that's only going to smudge. So just give it a couple of minutes to get dry, and then you can super easily remove it with a Q-tip. Now I'm going to apply just a little bit more of my eyeshadow, which is actually a lipstick, and I am going to post the tutorial for it on my Instagram account if you care to see this look. I actually used the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette to blend colors and create color correction, do the contour, do the eyeshadow. I'm going to do the blush next with it, so it's pretty fun. And I encourage you to definitely check out my Instagram, because I'm about to have a 70,000 mark giveaway. That is Instagram only, so you don't want to miss out. While doing this, the glue really had a chance to dry, so I'm going to apply a second coat of mascara, not only on the top lashes, but the bottom lashes as well. And one thing I recommend when doing this, you only want to apply mascara at the root, at the base of your eyelashes. You don't want to take it all the way up, because then you're going to go on top of the falsies and you risk kind of messing them up, you know, messing up their perfect shape already. So let's do this. Now I'm going to apply some mascara in the bottom lashes. I always sit like this, so there's very little contact with my skin. And ta-da! These suckers are going to stay put. I've literally worn them at events where there were smoke machines and my eyes were all watering, and they've lasted on for like 7 to 8 hours. They are truly amazing. This technique really works. Please give this video a kind thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and most definitely follow me on Instagram, because I post their weekly beauty videos, makeup, skincare, DIYs, all that amazing stuff that I know you guys love. So I hope you can stay connected, and yeah, I'll see you again in a few short days in a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!